human beings, in theory, have, a lot of people believe, 7 chakras, where one of the chakras are the root chakras around the buttocks and perineum area. And in this chakra, in theory, there is dormant energy within us all, which can be awake through spiritual experiences, in profound states of consciousness, even in great traumatic experiences. This energy has been known to awaken. And there's also science about Kundalini awakenings, where if you search on what is called a Kundalini syndrome, there is actually this coined term where people have these experiences where this psychosexual energy called the Kundalini energy is lying dormant. It means coiled up serpent, which is symbolic for this energy lying dormant within your root chakra. And when you awaken and when you become purified, mostly through meditation, through character purification, then the Kundalini rises up through your chakras and it purifies one chakra after another. And the first one is, of course, the root chakra. Then comes the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat, and then the third eye, and then the crown chakra eventually. And this is what creates the enlightenment experience for these divine masters that a lot of people have heard about, where they become spiritually enlightened and the Kundalini energy rises up through the spine area all the way up through the crown, and it meets the divine, or the great father, or Shiva in Hindu religion. And this is like an experience, a spiritual experience, or a spiritual effect that has been described in almost all religions, but in different kinds of ways. And for the Christian communities, this is when the Holy Spirit truly inhabits the body, and you become this divine servant, or a true awakened Christ who can serve planet Earth and serves like a divine mission on Earth.
Yeah, I think that's the challenge, right? I think when people look at religion, and there's a current trend for people to be non-religious, or at the very least agnostic in the modern world, right? That kind of, there's something going on, I'm not really sure what it is, but they don't buy into religious dogma, right? But I feel like if you look across all religions, if you look across all that dogma, there's always there's an element of control there. And if you go far enough back, you realize, like, wow, there's some rooted, serious societal reasons why there's some controls there. One of them being, like, if you look at the Muslim religion and the refusal to eat pork, right? There was they considered it a dirty animal, but also there's the aspect of it that at the time, keeping meats like that was a challenge, and they would spoil, and people were dying. So if you integrate it into dogma, it's a way of protecting your spiritual base, right?
Yeah.
And there's the same thing happened in Christianity, and I'm sure all other religions. And but it's evolved to a point where now it's just part of the standard dogma. Whereas I think there's 1,000-foot level in all these religions, that there's an underlying theme that conveys a sense of loving of yourself, loving of God, and loving of your fellow man, and all of the creatures, living creatures on this planet, and the universe as a whole. I mean, we're all part of, I believe this at this point in my life, we're all a part of the same thing. And we're part of the universe experiencing itself subjectively. And it's a gift to forget and come here and reestablish the understanding of who we are and why we exist. And